All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new day of trading. Kind of an interesting day today. Didn't hit one big trade today, but it did stack four smaller ones to add up to an okay day. So we're going to break down those trades today in this video. Also, side note, I have started a second YouTube channel. Has nothing to do with trading, but if you guys are interested in whiskey at all, I love whiskey. It's a side passion of mine. Go check it out. Whiskey Tears is the name. So Whiskey Tears, like you know how they do tears in gaming, Tiers. Check out Whiskey Tears on YouTube, Twitter. Gonna have some fun videos coming out there. Appreciate it if you'd go hit subscribe over there as well as here. But for now, for today's video, let's trade. All right, so first trade today was on MU, and this one was nice and extended, but it was kind of slow and grindy on the way up. So I was looking for this nice move up towards 93 on a bigger candle, and there it comes. You can see it alerting down there below at like an 18, but I get 100 shares short here at 92.84. It actually did bump up through 93, so that would have been an even better spot to get that initial position since it didn't run up much through there. But we're in at 92.84 with 100 shares, and we're going to look for this to get down through that 92.50 range. So it's coming down towards 92.50. It gets under. We hit the button for half the shares and get filled right there at 92.50. And now we're going to look for 92.20 if we can get another 25 shares down below that 92.20 range. And then if we can get that, look for through 92 and just kind of try and let that remaining 25 shares ride. So we've got the 25 shares here loaded up, ready for if it gets below 92.20. We're still in 50 short at that 92.84 average. So kind of starts popping up a little bit here, but hasn't done anything wrong at all at this point. So just watching the level 2, watching the bid, it's coming down into the 20s, into the low 20s there. It's below. We hit it, and we get filled there at 92.14. So pretty good fill there on that 25 shares. And now at this point, we're hoping that the remaining 25 are going to go down further. But I look at the market, and at this point of the day, the market started taking a nice big move through the highs of the day. So I decided just to go ahead and put in a stop order here on these remaining 25 shares at 92.75, which is in the money no matter what. And if it got up, I thought if it got up through there, it would probably go to a new high on the day. So I go ahead and put the stop loss in. If it gets hit, we're in a winner. If not, we'll hopefully fade this one out a little bit further, but it gets hit right there, and we're out with a $36 win. So nothing big here on MU, but it is a small win to start the day, and hopefully we can build on that as we go throughout the morning. So second trade today was here on AMC, and we were watching this one pop up into the 20s. So looking for that move through 20 here on AMC. You can also see this one is currently at about a 13 or 14 on the scanner. So if we get a nice move through 20, AMC is probably looking pretty good. So here we go. It's pushing up towards 20, looking for that pop through 20 as much as I can get. But sometimes they also do the fake pop and stall. So we'll see what it does here on AMC. But it's coming up towards 20 here. Watching the level 2, watching the time and sales. There it gets through. I hit the button and we get filled at 20.05. This one now actually ends up going a bit through that up into, I think, the 2020s if I remember correctly. But in there, 100 shares at 20.05. Now it's been a few minutes and I'm watching it. And this one I could have done better on for sure. Because if you look where I have my order sitting here at 1975 to get filled, this was at the time because it kept bouncing off of 1980, kept bouncing off of 1980 and couldn't get below that. But now that I look at the line, it's right at the bottom of the second candle and the top of the first candle of the move. So that's kind of a nice support line there on the recent small time frame move. And if we get a move down through that, it's got the potential to make a nice move further down, maybe towards where it broke out to begin with. So in hindsight and looking back on this one, obviously it's easy. Could have done better on this one, but it also felt like it was just going to curl off of 1980-ish there. So I was just trying to get a little bit more out of it here at 1975 if it got below that on a little quick dip and then did the pop-up as they often do. So we'll see what it does here. I'm watching the level 2 once again. It's kind of bouncing off that 1980, bouncing off that 1980 back up into the 90s. Never gets above 20, which should have been a pretty good sign for me. Also looking back on it in hindsight, which, you know, it's hindsight, but we're coming down into the 1980s here again. It keeps pushing down. It's not really pushing up. It's still pushing down. So should have seen that. Should have been looking for this nice break here through the 1980s, but we're sitting there at 1975 on the order, just in case we get that quick flush and pop back up. So here we go. We're pushing down into the low 1980s now. You can see on the bid there, it's hitting 1980. Looking for that move down through. It's below now into the high 70s. It didn't move very quick initially, so I was like, okay, if we get filled here, that's fine. But making $30 there, but then look what it does just moments later after it did make the move down through that kind of area of support, if we're looking at it as a triangle or bull flag or whatever you want to call it, and then immediately flushes down there into the 1950s and below. So certainly could have done here better here on this AMC trade, but stacking another small win on this one. All right, then it's been a little while in VCNX. You can see that popping up into the 70s on the scanner. It's a $2 stock, so that's a pretty big move. I did have to get locates on this one. It was about 80 cents per 100, so no big deal there. I get 200 shares, and I get short there at 220 here on VCNX. And we're going to kind of try and space this one out into halves. Not looking for much on this one. It's only $2. The range in it is only, 20, 30 cents. So if we can get 10 cents on the first 100 shares and another 10 cents on the second 100 shares, be more than happy to take that one here. So starts coming down. We get 100 shares loaded up. If we get below, there we go. We hit the button and we get filled that first 100 share cover there at 210. And now we're going to look to see if we can get the remaining 100 shares below 200. The only problem with that, I'm sorry, below 2. I'm so used to trading the higher price stocks below 2. But the only problem with that is that 2 is the big whole number, especially with a $2 stock that's making moves like this. So I was a little bit worried that it may not be able to get through it and just bounce off of that $2 range. But regardless, I wanted to wait and see if we could get that move through 2 with the remaining 100 shares. So it did come down and get just through it for half a second. I hit the button. It was too late at 199. Once it popped back up, I decided just to cover it out there at 202, thinking it might be about to get that bounce off of 2 for another small win here on VCNX. And then the final trade today was on Uber, and this was really probably my worst trade of the day. You can see it's making a nice move to the downside, hitting into the 40s on the negative intensity scanner. I go ahead and get 100 shares long here at 38.47, thinking a nice move down through 38 will be the add. It did get through 38, but not the kind of move through I would have liked. So now I'm in this weird spot where I'm not in a great position because I didn't get the ad, and if it comes down and breaks lows a day now, it's not really great to be adding now. So I just go ahead and I'm like, all right, I'll just take this one and get out at 38.60 for a tiny win if it gives it to me, and it does. So kind of disappointed here in Uber. This one actually then not soon after went all the way back up into the 40s. So could have definitely played this one better, but at the same time, if it didn't make that move to the upside and it just did a small curl and then back down, I would have been having to stop out below the lows there because it was no longer an ad spot after this small pullback. But, that's going to do it on the day. So making a little bit over $100 today with no big trades at all, just 4 small ones. So that just goes to show you guys, if you're one of the people out there trading with maybe below PDT or not a lot of capital, you do not have to hit the big trades to make money in the market. Just stack up small wins and you'll be good to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Go check out Whiskey Tears. I'll see you later.